Hi guys, Hackmeister here. So I quickly wanted to show you how to edit mesh objects for Gothic 3. Of course you need a clean Gothic 3 installation, a G3 unpacker, a template editor and the mesh converter. And I use Blender to edit the wavefront object, but I reckon any other program that can edit those files will do as well. So first step would be think about what you want to edit, and let's say I want to edit the aux layer weapon, the one you have when you start a new game. And for this I would first look at the template of this weapon. So let's extract this. I open up G3PU, I go to the games folder here and to templates point pack. And I will link all important tools in the description. So I open up the pack file. I go to items story. There should be a weapon section here somewhere. Here. Okay, and here's the aux layer. Let's extract this. And it should be now in the same folder as G3PU. Here it is. And now I will open this in an editor. It's G3 did here. And there you go. So here's the template for the aux layer weapon. Here's the name. In the item tab you can directly edit the value, for example, or the damage. And here's a value for the reach. It's 91. We will check this later. So before we go to mesh, there's a tab collision shape, and there are some values here, and these are actually the hitbox of the weapon. So the hitbox editing is directly done in the template and not via editing the object itself. We will get to this later. Let's check out the mesh. So the file name is aux layer xcmsh. So this kind of denotion here means it's the mesh file. Then let's extract this one. Yeah, we can use G3PU again, and now we open the compiled mesh pack. It's a little bit different folder structure, but it's self-explanatory. So you open melee swords here, and then you go to the aux layer and the mesh file. Again, you say extract selected, and then it's in here. Okay, next step is to open the mesh converter. The mesh converter by Mat Fatal. Thanks for this. It's quite a powerful tool for the mesh objects, and you can do a lot of editing in here directly. But for now, let's load the mesh file. Well, here it is. Here's a list of the material that is in use. So it's this kind of file. I actually don't know much about it. And, well, doesn't matter for now. What you have to do now is to save this as an object. So this will create a wavefront object. Put this to the desktop real quick. Then I open Blender. Again, you can delete the stuff here. Then you go to File, Import, Wavefront Object. And there it is. It's the good old Org Slayer. Yeah, and when you press the middle mouse button, then you can move around like this. And you hold down Shift and middle mouse, then you can move around like horizontally, vertically along the plane. Currently we are in the object mode. Here I can already press like S and then change the scale. But I actually want to go to edit mode. And here I can edit the, I think, vertices, those are called, these dots. Yeah, and here I can do all kinds of editing, just how I like it, how I like the object to be, and therefore you just need to move these vertices around. Like, for example, you can pick one, press G, and then move it. Do sorts of stuff. Yeah, I could technically leave it like this, and the game would actually apply the texture to this. But I don't know how texturing really works. Maybe someone else can clarify this. But yeah, you don't have to worry about the textures. Let's put this back. And let's say I want to make this a bit longer, and I would go ahead and now I press Shift and mouse click, so I select all vertices. Yeah, make sure you catch them all, because here it's sometimes tricky because they're a little bit hidden. It's good enough for now. Now I press G and just drag it. See, now I forgot one. Okay, again, press G and I just drag it here along the plane to make it longer. Let's check, yeah, it's still straight. You can make it goofy like this, it would actually work. But yeah, let's make it longer so you will see it later in the game. And also let's deselect everything. Just press mouse click somewhere here and you have deselected your vertices. Again, I press Shift and drag over all vertices I want to change now. Then I press G and I drag it. And I press R to rotate this a little bit. Yeah, let's make it weird so we have a good example. And I press S and make it bigger like this. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter because just a demonstration. And just one tip, you can import all sorts of objects in the same instance. And if you like, for example, the pommel of like another object, maybe like the Inquisitor sword or whatever, you can actually go ahead and again you would then select the vertices of that object. Then you press Shift and D, and then you make a copy. So see, I didn't deselect the other one, so I have a copy of this one. And I could actually now attach this somewhere onto the object again. Yeah, and therefore if you like other assets, you can import them and use models or part of the model for your final result. But yeah, let's say this is good enough. Now I go to File and press Export Wavefront again. Give this some name. Oh, sorry, I want to put this to the desktop. Okay, here it is. And I restart this mesh converter. Now I load the object. And select the material file here. I don't know much about these, but you have to check this line here. It should be consistent, this name, like with whatever is listed here. Sometimes I found that there's something like the material file and some kind of number, then it wouldn't work. So it should look like this. Yeah, this is one thing. Then the other thing is go to boxes. And the mesh converter automatically generates the values for the hitbox or for the box that would fit around this object. And it stores them here. And let's quickly copy those. Then you go back to your template. And then you press or you paste them in here. And this would make the hitbox fit to the new object you created or to the new mesh. And I save this to the desktop real quick. Okay, then, well, did I save this as a, no, so final step, you go ahead and save this as a mesh. Here it is, and this of course needs the correct name that is being used by the object, like the sword, as defined by the template. And here's the template file. Now I go to the Gothic 3 data folder again. And in the folder compiled mesh, I drop the newly created mesh file. And in the templates, I would place the new template for the orcs layer. So I didn't change anything except the collision box. Okay, and let's go ahead and check it. And yeah, there you go. So hope you can see it well. It's quite longer actually. And the edge there looks ridiculous. But yeah, it actually works. And last check, go to Marvin mode. Then press Ctrl Q. And I hope you can see it, but the hitbox fits well around the sword. And this is because we edited it in the template. So yeah, so we have edited the Ox layer, also the hitbox. And yeah, this is how it's done. See you.